if we look to the answer as to why for so many years we achieved so much, prospered as no other people on earth, it was because here in this land we unleashed the energy and individual genius of man to a greater extent than has ever been done before. Freedom and the dignity of the individual have been more available and assured here than in any other place on earth. The price for this freedom at times has been high, but we have never been unwilling to pay that price. Those who say that we're in a time when there are no heroes, they just don't know where to look. The sloping hills of Arlington National Cemetery, with its row upon row of simple white markers bearing crosses or stars of David, they add up to only a tiny fraction of the price that has been paid for our freedom. Each one of those markers is a monument to the kind of hero I spoke of earlier. Their lives ended in places called Belleau Wood, the Argonne, Omaha Beach, Salerno, and halfway around the world on Guadalcanal, Tarawa, Pork Chop Hill, the Chosin Reservoir, and in 100 rice paddies and jungles of a place called Vietnam. Under one such marker lies a young man, Martin Treptow, who left his job in a small-town barber shop in 1917 to go to France with the famed Rainbow Division. There on the Western Front, he was killed trying to carry a message between battalions under heavy artillery fire. We're told that on his body was found a diary. On the flyleaf, under the heading, My Pledge, he had written these words: America must win this war. Therefore I will work, I will save, I will sacrifice, I will endure. I will fight cheerfully and do my utmost as if the issue of the whole struggle depended on me alone. We must realize that no arsenal or no weapon in the arsenals of the world is so formidable as the will and moral courage of free men and women. It is a weapon our adversaries in today's world do not have. It is a weapon that we as Americans do have. Let that be understood by those who practice terrorism and prey upon their neighbors. As for the enemies of freedom, those who are potential adversaries, they will be reminded that peace is the highest aspiration of the American people. We will negotiate for it, sacrifice for it. We will not surrender for it now or ever. We are Americans.
The United States of America is the most successful nation the world has ever known. And I think that's largely because we're the freest nation. Humans cannot reach their potential, cannot realize their dreams unless they're free.
If prosperity were easy, everybody around the world would be prosperous. If freedom were easy, everybody around the world would be free. If security were easy, everybody around the world would be secure. They are not. None of this is going to be easy. But this is the United States of America. It takes an extraordinary effort. It takes extraordinary commitment. It takes extraordinary strength. The Valley Forge wasn't easy. Going to the moon wasn't easy. Settling the West wasn't easy. We are the American people. We have seen difficulties before, and we always overcome. This is about rolling up our sleeves. We might have some differences, but at Americans putting our head down and getting it done.
All aboard the Trump train for better America. It's the award-winning Wayne Dupree Show.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? You're tuned in to the Wayne Dupree Show. I'm your host, Wayne Dupree, and We are broadcasting live, simulcasting, broadcasting live. You can tune in, listening to Spreaker. You can also, if you have our app, you can listen via the app right now. Using your iPhone or your Android phone, you can listen to either one of those. Welcome back, the RSBN crowd who watched President Trump last. I can't even remember where he was. Kentucky. I think he was in Kentucky. Let me bring on Hutch Bailey Jr., my co-host. What's up, Hutch?
Hello to everybody in the RSBN Spreaker chat room, and
he was in Kentucky,
else
right?
You're listening.
He was in Kentucky.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, I'm right. All right. Okay. All right. And we want to thank those on ktruth.com. And that's the only reason I brought you on. Okay, bye. No, I'm kidding.
Right, sit. Sigh.
I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you. Let's see. We have a special guest tonight. She's calling in. For those that we were supposed to have the phone system set in, try to get that done over the weekend. Wasn't able to get it done, so that should be done by Thursday or Friday. So we got to wait a few. Hutch, I did not know. Seriously, I just thought you do the podcast, got your computer, podcast, connection, and that's it. I didn't know that you had to add all this crap.
and let's not even talk about being on live video.
Oh my God.
I mean I sent you pictures of the studio. It's complicated.
Even the guy that is supposed to be helping us, he has 4 computers. 4.
I know. I got to get another one.
I don't have 4 computers.
I found out, though, trying to find a computer, that I do have 3 laptops that are not working.
Oh.
And why I still have them, I don't know. I mean, they're older, but
I'm going to see you on Hoarders.
One has a problem with the internet. The other one has a problem with a bootleg copy of Windows on it, and they found out. I mean, it's like, come on, man. Why do I have this stuff here?
Yeah, man. I'm like, geez. I looked at Hutch's setup. Ladies and gentlemen, I am way in the back. I mean, that the phone guy got 4 computers. And he has 4 monitors too. And Hutch has 3 monitors and a laptop for phone calls. And I'm sitting here with 1 computer right. Well, I also have this laptop for mobile, but I don't have it hooked up for the show. And I mean, maybe I should, but it's a Mac. It's not a Windows. It's a Mac. So, I'm like, holy crap. Y'all got it going on, man. I mean, I'm still a baby.
The doggone lights.
Oh,
I mean,
and the lights.
I hope there's never a fire down here. I got a little fire extinguisher in case there is.
Oh man. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we have Joy Vila is going to be calling in on the show. She was on here a couple of weeks ago, and we got her late, and we wanted to bring her back on so we can talk to her a little bit longer. I mean, she made the show look. She made it sound good, and she made it look good with her picture up there and stuff. So I decided I gotta bring her back. I got to bring Joy back. Talk a little bit about her life, what it is coming out for Trump on the national stage, how it's helped and how it might have hurt in some fashion. She's a strong woman, and it's just something that we learned, something that I learned before the last show that we had her on was that her dad is a pastor, and my dad was a pastor. So it's, a little PK thing going on there. And Hutch doesn't even like to wear Hey, Hutch, Easter's coming up, man.
Yeah, it is. Time to go to church.
You got a suit?
Do I have my Easter suit?
You got a suit? Yeah, I did. You got a suit.
You know what? I can't rub 2 nickels together. We got a brand new suit. Shoes, socks, new watch.
Oh my God! Yeah, so, that's
Yeah,
that's a little inside joke there. All right, so
true though.
um,
You gonna take calls? You gonna exercise that mouse?
oh, nice. I don't see no calls right now. We don't have.
I was talking about when Lovely comes on. I don't have her name.
I don't think so. I look. Oh, let's do it this way because we don't have that system in yet.
Okay.
So if you have questions, put them in the chat. If you have questions for her, we will announce your name and we will get your questions. Now, I'll try to catch the questions as fast as I can, and because in the RSBN chat room they go at warp speed. I can catch the questions a little bit quicker, better with the Spreaker chat, but we can try to get to. You know what? I usually do a lunchtime show with the Political Insider. I have somebody feed me the questions. You know that?
There you go.
I have somebody feed me the questions through a simultaneous chat thing. So, well, you know, we'll do it. We'll do it like I'll try to catch as many as I can that way. All right. Let's talk about healthcare. Let's talk about healthcare. You remember how we ended the show last night, Hutch?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
All right. Okay. So when for what I'm getting ready to do, you're gonna understand. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
Go ahead.
President Trump is on board with the health care for Paul Ryan and Mitch McConnell are telling the rest of Republicans, if you don't get onto this, then you are going to hurt the Republican Party. So,
and you're going to lose your seat.
In that regard, you know, President Trump is on board with this. So, just let's do what we have to do to not hurt any Republicans. Okay? All right. There we go.
Okay.
Yep. Nothing bad about it. Not going to say nothing bad about it, Try to get Jim Jordan on here to talk about it. And he was busy today because Barack Obama went to the House to talk to some of the Republicans. So I don't know how
Trump, you mean?
What did I say?
Barack Obama.
Did I really?
Yeah.
You know what?
My ears cricked up. I'm like, what? What's he doing?
I had him on. Look, I had him on the brain, man, because he causing a whole lot of problems. But President Trump went to the House, talked to some Republicans today, and hopefully everything turned out.
Yep, it'll all be good. 100 votes, 100%.
Yep, it'll all be great.
Yep.
So MAGA.
Right after the show last night, I was impressed. I turned on Hannity, and he was talking about nothing but Dr. Josh, man, right after we had him on the show.
Oh, really? Okay, good.
I almost contacted you.
The Dr. Josh was good, though.
He was, man. That's
called
concierge care.
And those that don't know anything about Dr. Josh, we had him on the show last night. He came on to talk about Obamacare, about his system. And believe me, his system beats all this crap that's happening in D.C. right now. So you want to check out what he's doing right now, go to atlas.md. Okay, go to atlas.md. You can also follow him on Twitter at atlasmd. So, if you still don't understand what's going on in D.C., check out atlasmd. All right? Yeah. There we go. All right. But again, hey, hopefully, I'm not even going to talk about Rand Paul. What Rand Paul said today, we don't want to be a downer. Don't want to hurt nobody's feelings.
I'm trying to follow you here, man. You got to hit me with the punchline.
No. I mean, can't be negative. So
why not?
Well, some people don't.
Oh, okay.
Can't
be
negative.
I'm a little slow on the uptake, man. I got you now.
Yeah, can't be negative.
No,
bro.
That's true.
Can't be negative. Can't.
MAGA.
Yeah, can't tell the other side of the story. So we have to stay in the lane, and so
that's right.
Let's
bad Rand Paul.
Yeah, I I think he's trying to hurt us. No, you know what? I ain't gonna say that. I don't know what's wrong with Rand Paul. Okay, I don't know what's wrong with him. I don't know what's wrong with Ted Cruz, Rand Paul, Mike Lee, Marco Rubio. Man,
talking about this dumb constitutional stuff.
Yeah. I mean, look, they don't understand. We need to repeal and replace with this Obama amendment. So that's what we got to do.
The federal government can run healthcare. They just got to do it our way. It'll work.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's some bull crap. You know what? I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't
believe it took me so long to figure that out.
Yeah. What's wrong with you? Top 10 conservative concerns with the American Health Care Act. This is the Health Care Act that's being shoved in your face right now. Because most of y'all don't know what it's about. Believe me, you don't. You just say, oh, well, if President Trump is for it, it's okay. President Trump, wool is going over his eyes right now. Okay? Wool is going over his eyes right now. Mitch McConnell came out and warned the conservatives today that if you don't get on board, something's going to happen to you. That's basically what he said. If you don't get on board, something's going to happen to you.
Yeah.
Mitch McConnell did that now. And I've never trusted Mitch McConnell.
I think I know what's going on.
So let me read these before Joy. Well, let me start to read these before Joy, because again, some of the people out there don't know what this amendment is all about. It's not repeal. It's an amendment to an entitlement. Okay, so should I start from number 1 or should I start from number 10?
I would go from number 1 just because she might call in. It doesn't improve care. Obamacare expanded the federal bureaucracy at the expense of quality care. Tax dollars were taken from providers and used to pay administrators, consultants, lobbyists, insurance, and regulators. The House bill does nothing to change that dynamic. This is coming from the Texas Public Policy Foundation. So, the House bill does nothing to change that dynamic. Hutch? It's still, no matter what they do, it is still the federal government running healthcare. The bottom line is that, Ann Coulter said it best. You could do free market insurance sales. And then for the rest of the 10 million people that can't afford it, then the government can worry about them. And we'll figure that out and we'll take care of every one of them. But for the vast majority of the rest of the country, one sentence: there shall be a free market in health insurance. Mm-hmm. That's all you got to do. Take all the regulations, take everything out, and watch it work. They're ridiculous doing it this way. And this is because of the people that control the establishment Republican Party. This is because the United States Chamber of Commerce, and ladies and gentlemen, if you want to get mad, don't get mad at me.
I ain't do nothing.
All I'm doing is telling you what it is.
Yep.
These people are being controlled not by themselves and not by their voters. They're being controlled by their donors. And they need health care for all these illegal aliens that they're bringing in here. I mean, this is something they got into bed. The insurance companies initially bought into it because of the mandate, because of the individual and the employer mandate. That's how they bought into it. AARP bought into it because they have that supplemental insurance that's going to take care of people outside of Obamacare. It's all about money.
Number two. I got to rein you in, man.
Yes, sir.
I got 9 more. Number 2, it raises insurance premiums. The Congressional Budget Office believes that the bill that Paul Ryan has written believes that the bill will raise insurance premiums by 15 to 20% on average in the next 2 years, with even higher spikes in some areas. Americans care most about the lowering health costs and making coverage affordable, yet the bill falls short on that count, retaining all but one of Obamacare's costly mandated benefits and insurance regulations.
Because they're making all the young people buy full plans. And they're making you buy a plan that you don't necessarily want that whole plan. So everybody's rates are going to go up.
Number 3, doesn't repeal Obamacare. Lost in the question of whether or not the bill's replacement provisions represent Obamacare light is the fact that the bill is currently drafted That the bill is as currently drafted represents Obama light when compared not only to full repeal, but even to the 2015 reconciliation bill that passed both houses of Congress. The bill retains all but one. Let me read that again. The bill retains all but one of Obamacare benefit mandates, some of its taxes, and keeps Medicaid expansion to the able-bodied in perpetuity.
You know, I mean, that's what I mean. A young person can't buy just a catastrophic. The guy told us that last night, Dr. Josh. A young guy can't buy a catastrophic plan. He has to buy the full coverage.
Number 4, expands Obamacare. Rather than repealing all of the law, the House Republican bill instead expands Obamacare subsidy regime, extending it to millions of individuals off of insurance exchanges for 2018 and 2019, and revises the subsidy regime for 2019. Some conservatives may question the need to fix Obamacare when the House Republican legislation should revolve around repealing it. And just saying that, I promise I will finish with these top 10 reasons why this bill or this American Health Care Act should be looked at again. But right now, I have my beautiful sister on. Like I told you again, I told you that I wasn't finished asking her questions, and she has definitely got a story to tell. And one of those things, a couple of those things, and I hit her up with it at the last minute before the call was over. I look back. Well, hold on. Hey, Joy, how you doing? Ladies and gentlemen, Joy Vila. How you doing, Joy? Hello. Okay, I just had her, and now I don't. Okay, so I can't hear you. Joy, call back. Okay, so what I am going to do is, like I said, let's see, there she is, right there. Okay. Hey,
all
sister,
right,
how you doing?
Hi.
How are
Doing
you?
Great.
I'm
so good.
I'm throwing you a virtual hug because I can't do it right here.
Oh,
So.
I can feel it. Thank you, Wayne. It's a pleasure to be back.
Yeah, I am so glad to have you here. And I mean, there were so many things that I wanted to talk to you last time. I didn't have the chance.
Yeah.
But I was telling people, I was telling the listening crowd before we start, I was like, there's some things that I can look at you and I know where you're coming from in so many different things because of the upbringing that both of us had. And and believe me, when I found out that your father was a pastor, I was like, man, I have never met her. I've never met her, but I feel close to her now because there are some things that I know you went through that regular kids didn't go through. And that has shaped your life to where you are right now. And right now, your life is full bloom right now. Well, I mean, you probably have some growing still to go, but
I went through a lot of spankings. That's what I went through.
You, girl, I thought I was a slave. I thought I was a slave. I was like, this ain't my house. I'm running away.
Freedom. How many scriptures do I have to memorize?
Oh Lord, yeah, boy, yeah. Look, I mean, I don't know how many times I read all the Psalms and then went to the Song of Solomon. But you know what? Off topic. My dad got me with a whipping one time, but he used the Bible though.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, look, and
you with the Bible.
I will never forget. I'll never forget that verse. It's Proverbs 23:14. If thou beateth a child, he will not die. It's in the Bible. I'm not lying.
Oh my
It's like if thou beateth a child, he will not die. And I was like, okay.
My mom loves to say, Spare the rod, spoil the child.
Oh Lord, yeah, yeah.
Does not make me feel better.
No,
Thanks, Mom.
no.
Thanks, Dad.
Joy, I also have my my co-host on the line, Mr. Hutch Bailey Jr.
Good evening, Joy. Thanks for coming on the program again.
Hi. Thank you. Good to talk to you again.
So now that we got that out the way, Joy, we have some new listeners, and then we have some listeners from the past show. But I want to go back over.
Great.
I mentioned last time, in looking at your body of work and listening to you speak, I think that your life mirrors your name. And not that many people can say that, but your life right now, what you emanate, mirrors your name. How do you feel about that?
Oh, thank you. About that?
Yes.
I love it. I really appreciate it. I mean, overwhelming gratitude that, people are listening to me and people are buying my music and listening to my music and supporting my message of love and unity. It's a beautiful thing. It feels absolutely amazing. And I've got a lot of people that said, like, I like that you're positive. I like that you're talking about love. I like that you're happy, you're joyful. I mean, that's just my natural personality.
Right.
And of course, it doesn't mean that you haven't been through things. It just means that those things, the past, doesn't haunt you and doesn't shape you. It's all about reinventing your life and making it something for good and helping other people and looking forward to the future. And that's how I was taught. That's how my parents always taught me. Like, live in the moment, live in the future, treat others as you want to be treated, love all, love God, be a good person. And it's not just about making good music or being a good artist or looking pretty. It's about being a good person, treating others with respect. So I'm grateful that I was raised that way.
And one of the things, and I can tell, talking with you a couple of times, that you're not really motivated by politics or things like that, which I am.
Right.
And one of the things that I'm noticing with stories like yours, and not just yours, when you see positive results coming with some of the economic decisions that have been made by the current administration, and you look on the other side, and you look at all this vitriol, like you look at the hearings for the Supreme Court justice, and these guys are just bombarding this guy with negative vibes, like they used to say.
Yeah.
And I think that the positive message is going to overcome all this. I'm really optimistic about that.
That's great. And that's what I'm hoping that, to sort of bring, is like change the narrative to something of optimism. And hey, let's look to the future. Let's respect our president. Let's look and see what he can do. Let's respect the government and see what they can do, this administration. Let's see what's happening. Let's use our voices to uplift rather than tear down. Let's question and look into and have a good conversation about it, but not a yelling match, because nothing gets done when people are just mudslinging left and right from both sides. It's just it has to be peace, and then there can be communication.
You overnight, really, seriously, overnight, you went from there to up there, and how did your life change? Or what changes did you see, positive and negative, and then how did you deal with both positive and negative?
Well, it was overnight. It was an overnight success that was only 10 years in the making.
Okay, all right. Okay.
I've been doing this all my life. Since I was a teenager, been doing art and creation since I was 5 years old, actually. And but to get that sort of attention, to have those eyeballs on me, those ears and eyes on me, basically, like overnight, was incredible. I mean, now I have a bigger, more expanded audience, more people that are listening to me. I mean, that just shows more responsibility on my end, that I have, responsibility to create great music and keep producing new stuff, new projects, and to not be afraid to stand up for my beliefs. And it just gives me more power. I say, if I put something out, there's going to be more eyes on it. But it's not like I never thought that way. You know what I mean? As an artist, I've always created from my heart and to put something out. Even if there's only, 5,000 eyes on it, there's people were buying my music. But now there's like 50,000, 500,000. So for me, the reason why I do things doesn't change just because there's like a million fans now. I'm still the same Joy Villa. The fact that there's more eyes, I would say that the big thing that does change is there's a lot more attention.
Mm-hmm.
There's more heat. There's more people who, go on my social media and critique each other back and forth. Like there's arguments happening that I stay out of. I don't, I always thank people for their kind comments. But there's a lot more where you kind of get this celebrityness where people don't think you read things. So they make comments. You're more like a public entity. So that's a really interesting thing. People are more, and they're really shocked when I respond back to them. The people who give me emails, they send me emails like, "Oh, I loved your dress. I love what you stand for. The Vagabonds is my favorite song. I just bought your album." They're like, "Oh, God bless you." And then I go, "Hey, thanks so much, Susie," or whatever. And they go, "Oh, is this the real Joy Villa?" Yeah, you emailed me. So that's cool. That's like, it's always fun to kind of make people stay by just responding to their communication, liking their comments, and goes, "Oh, Joy Villa liked my comment on her page." That's really cute. So I love that. And it's basically my Joy Tribe. I call my fans Joy Tribe. We've grown, we're bigger, and our message is always of unity and love. And I love it. I've got, thousands of more new friends. It's a beautiful thing.
You know what?
Say, beware the groupies. Because they're out there.
Hey, Joy, I got a question from the chat room. Yeah. The name is Music World. Wayne, ask Joy who she admires most in her life.
Oh, I like that question. I admire, my parents, to go back to my parents, they are my biggest influence. Because, all parents, I think the hardworking, people the unsung heroes of America and the world, parents, that's the hardest job on the planet. I remember asking my mom, like, why did you do this? And she's like, for love. But, you're committed to raising someone for 18 years or more, really, it's their whole life. And you don't necessarily get anything in return. You spend a lot of money, a lot of love. So I really admire that. I'm a step-parent myself. I have a 13-year-old stepdaughter. I love her. But I'm not,
I saw her in your pictures.
I admire people who sacrifice.
Yeah.
And also our troops. That's like parenting the country. Like our troops, they put their life down on the line, for not a lot of money, but it's a whole lot of time. It's a whole lot of resources on their end. The family even has to take the back seat so that they can serve us. Who I admire the most are people who take their responsibilities really seriously and just say, I'm going to do this no matter what. I'm going to serve my country, serve my family, serve God. That's what I admire, because that's what I want to be like.
Right.
Those are our modern day heroes.
Let's see who did that one. Sean from California says,
Sean,
how is she being treated in California, good or bad?
That's a good question.
Is it real? Okay.
I guess it depends on who you ask.
Mm-hmm.
I live in California. So you mean by the fans? My family still treats me well in California, so that's good. I would say, it's always like, the media and the news is always going to overblow stuff, I don't have anybody egging my house or attacking me, so I'm treated fine. I walk down the street in my Make America Great Again hat. Nobody, tried to hurt me. So it's not that much of a hotbed. It definitely is against, maybe I would say it's more of a hotbed political climate than other places. But I have a lot of California fans. Actually, when I looked at my most fans who've bought my album on joyvilla.com are from California. California and Texas. I have my most fans in the United States from California and Texas. So there's a lot of Republicans. There's a lot of, conservatives. There's a lot of Trump fans and Joy Villa fans in California, actually. They might be more silent. Maybe they don't make the news, but there's a lot of lovers in Cali. So I'm treated well. Thank you, Sean.
Let's take it away from the fans for a second. Chris in the RSBN chat room says, is the left attacking you within the industry? And you don't have to say anything if you don't want to.
It's more, it's not so much of an attack as it is more criticisms or criticalness. And that always comes within the industry, just so you know. I mean, you guys probably know about that. I mean, but anytime you're in any industry, probably, but I know the art industry personally, you're going to get criticized. Oh, that song doesn't sound good, or you can't sing, or you don't look great, or you need to lose weight, or you need to gain weight, or you should get boob implants. You know, there's always somebody has an opinion. And the whole point, a lot of people, unfortunately, they listen to that and they ruin their lives, and then they drop out and they never got to do what they wanted to do, which was just be an artist. So I have a very thick skin. I'm kind of used to criticisms, and I've been taught to just ignore them.
Yep.
So within the industry, I can say, yeah, there's been some people who says, no, I'm not. We have political differences. I'm not going to work with you. Fine. I mean, I don't really want to work with anyone who doesn't want to work with me. I'm not trying to convince anybody of anything. But the people who do work with me love my message, love what I'm doing, and those are the people I want to talk to anyways.
Susan J., who's on her Android phone, says, will Joy travel to promote her album?
Yes, I will. I've toured 25 countries a year for the past couple years, so I'm going to be traveling definitely through the U.S., definitely. There's a lot of big things planned. Right now it's going in the studio. It's kind of the creative process, writing new songs, recording. You know, it takes a little while, all this fun creative part of it. But after it's all finished and said and done, I'll definitely be doing a tour.
Have you been approached by any big name people since you started your rise? I mean, you said you were doing this for 10 years, but I imagine that have any of the real big, and I'm not real knowledgeable about the industry, but you know, there's certain top-notch producers and things of that nature. Have you been approached or anything?
Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis
I
type.
have, actually. Yes, I have.
Well, that's good.
There's been some, I mean, it's pretty amazing when you start to find out different people. They come up to me and they go, yeah, I'm actually a Trump supporter. You say, you are? You? You know, you wouldn't think. Or they just say, you're so brave for what you did. And, hey, I didn't vote for him, but I appreciate what you did, and I want to work with you, and I like how you stand up. You know, I think it's the bravery that's sort of in my message of unity that kind of cuts across all barriers, and they want to work with me, which is super exciting. And so I'm like, okay, let's do it. So there's a lot of projects happening and a lot of things in the works besides just music. There's some movie stuff, film stuff, TV stuff. I can't say too much, but it's exciting. And I got to tell you, there's some big top Hollywood dogs up there that, you know, are actually really good people. They just have also been lambasted or bullied or told they can't speak up. So I think you're going to see a big change coming.
Ladies and gentlemen, right now we're talking with Joy Vila, who we thank God that she came back with her family here on the Wayne Dupree Show, and we're taking your questions. So the faster you put them in, the faster we can get them. Joy, and I, you know, we were talking about Bible verses earlier, and Zane Hayes says, ask Joy what her favorite Bible verse is.
Oh.
Yep.
You have him.
Uh-oh, you're breaking up. All right.
Bible verse, I would say it's a good one.
Uh-oh.
I go. I would say love believes all things. Love, you know, not love. I mean, so many, you know, I mean, just, that would be, I mean, the book of John is filled with, you know, just amazingness. But I would say, you know, love believes all things. I can't think of the whole, it's always like when I'm trying to think of it. But, you know, love, that's.
Uh-oh. We're losing you.
Lost her.
Yeah, we're losing you right now, Joy. The connection is.
I don't know what to do.
Hey, Joy, the connection.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's breaking up right now, so we sort of missed what you just said.
Can you hear me? I'm losing you guys.
Yeah, you're going in and out. I tell you what.
Let me find a way with a little bit of reception. How's it now?
Keep on talking.
You hear me?
Yeah.
We have. I don't know what's going on in LA. It's beautiful though. You hear me?
Yep. Must be that smog, girl.
Okay, good.
It must be that smog, though. But no. You were talking about traveling earlier. You were talking about traveling earlier, and the reason why I brought up, let's see. Oh my God, I forgot her name. Josephine Baker. No, I did not. I remember her name. Josephine Baker.
Uh-huh.
That's right. The reason why I bring up Josephine Baker is because I researched you a little bit, and I looked, and number one, you're a fine sister, but when
well, thank you.
You're so welcome. But when I look at you and I listen to your music and I see that you travel abroad, the first person that comes to my mind is Josephine Baker, who was a pioneer.
She did it all.
Exactly.
She did it all.
Do you, knowing her story, how close am I on the right path when I kind
You're
of
totally
associate?
on the right path.
Okay, all right.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, I found, it's funny about traveling abroad, which I love, and I studied Josephine Baker, a lot of her story and what she did. She couldn't make it in the U.S. because she was a black woman in the entertainment industry. She tried, and she couldn't get the kind of, she's super talented singer, dancer, just the whole vaudeville, with the costumes and everything. So she went over to Paris, and they loved her. They absolutely loved her.
Right.
And she was a huge national celebrity, like a national treasure over there in France, and she was still barely known here. Well, I can tell you one thing. When I go overseas, people don't look at me as a black American or as an Italian American or Native American or mixed American or female American or tall American. They just see me as American.
Right.
And it's the most refreshing thing. If people in the U.S. travel more, I really encourage every person in the United States to travel because it'll give you a fresh perspective of how lucky you are to be in America, to be the United States of America, how blessed we are, how much freedom we have, how clean and beautiful our country is. You can start to complaining, and then you go over to a third world country or any other country. It's just a different country.
Mm-hmm.
It's different. So I've been everywhere. America's my home. Number two, also how we tend to divide ourselves. You see a lot of this like, oh, you're black, so you have to think this way, you have to vote this way. You're white, so you automatically have to think that way and vote that way. You're a woman, you're supposed to think this way. I mean, all these divisions, right? But overseas, they just see you as an American. You're a representative of the whole nation, just like someone from France or Paris is French. That's it. They're not all these little categories that we tend to put ourselves into, which I believe are bad and divided. Instead of celebrating we're Americans, and you can celebrate your heritage and celebrate where you're from, but also don't forget, it's okay to be patriotic and have pride in your country because the rest of the world's looking at us. They love American stuff. They're like, oh, you're an American singer. Wow, we love America. We love Statue of Liberty. We love New York. We love Hollywood. They put you into the whole thing. Do you know Paris Hilton? That's what they did. So, it's really funny because I think out here we're all like, I'm from this hood, I'm from this one, I'm from that city, I'm from that state, I'm my own person. And you forget that you're actually part of also this huge group called Americans, and that's a beautiful thing.
Hey, Joy, Boxer Paws Sarver, that's Boxer Paws Sarver from the RSBN chat room asks, do you write your own material and have you had any musical training?
Great question. Yes, I do write my own material. I have always been a songwriter. I write all my own lyrics. I work with a lot of different producers as well, and I'm working with some other songwriters on my new album. I also don't mind working with other people, but I'm always a songwriter, first and foremost, as well as a singer. And I have not had any formal training. I mean, I've taken some classes. I've had formal training in acting, which is really funny. And in theater, I grew up doing musical theater since I was 5 years old. So I was taught how to act, sing, and dance. I was more like given the opportunity to do it, and then I would learn by watching the older kids. I was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I was watching all those older kids do it, and I would want to be like them. And my mom was a singer as well, gospel singer. So I did learn, I play a little piano, I play guitar, I play guitar on some of my songs. So I have a little bit, but I'm more like I picked it up. I love it, and I just keep doing it.
You know what?
I never went to school for it.
You know, our backgrounds are more similar than what you think. Because my mom sang for a long time. She had a Christian broadcast program on the radio.
Wow.
Every Sunday night,
Wow.
which and
How
then
cool.
she had us out there singing.
Nice.
Now I didn't really take to the singing, but we had to practice all the time. Andre Crouch and Walter Hawkins, James Cleveland, this too, and I was like, man, I want to play an instrument. But my sister sings though. My sister does her concerts, but you have a beautiful spirit, a beautiful future, and
thank you so much.
I appreciate you coming on here again, and
absolutely.
Again, we're going to bring you on a little bit down the road. Our phone system was supposed to be finished yesterday, and it wasn't. So, but I promise next time that you come in, you'll be talking to the guests instead of us reading the questions. So,
okay, no problem. That's nice. Yeah, well, those are great questions.
Yeah,
I love that you open it up for the public to write in.
Oh no, they're cool.
Phone calls start.
They're cool. Oh yeah, wait till that starts. Hey, how can people reach you on social media?
Well, they can find me first on my website, joyvilla.com, and I have autographed copies of my CD going out, joyvilla.com. You can find me on Twitter, joy_villa, on Instagram @joyvilla, and on Facebook @joyvilla on tour. And
I want y'all to follow her on Twitter. I know I do, and I love watching. I love watching her post, and I love how she interacts with everybody that responds to her and stuff.
Yeah,
so,
I tweet a lot. I love my Twitter followers. Yeah.
I love that.
@joy_villa.
That's right.
Thank you.
Right. All right. Well, darling, thank you so much for listening, and I can't wait to have you back on. We have your friend Kaya on tomorrow night. So.
Kaya Jones.
Yep,
I love her. She's fantastic.
We have her on tomorrow night. So, God bless. Take care. We're praying for you now. We're praying for you. Okay. So.
Thank you so much. I appreciate those prayers. Right. God bless you too.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Joy.
Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing great.
Thank you, dear. Thank you now. Bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was my sister. We're talking about Joy Villa. How you doing, Hutch?
Hey, doing good. You left me outside for a while there.
I know. Yeah, sorry about that.
I was like, well,
I kind of got caught up in the.
I know what happened.
I know.
Well, he'll be all right out there. He's good. Hey, baby. Yeah, I know how to work.
Yeah, I kind of got caught up.
Good guess.
She was, and I mean, I just love how, I mean, she has a beautiful spirit, and it's not a facade; it's real,
Right? No,
it's real.
And it's so. What I said to her, I meant, man. I think that, this constant negativity coming from the left, when we have things like that on our side, and we have economic promise, when we have, pretty soon you're going to see Joe Smith was unemployed last year. Now he works at the factory. He has a brand new car and a new house on the way. You're going to see good stories come from government for a change. And I don't mean from government. I'm talking about the economy coming back. So many people that have been, I live in Pittsburgh, man. I mean, so many people here and in West Virginia are able to work, but there's nothing to do.
Right.
And when that starts coming back, you're going to see people getting away from the drugs and, getting cleaned up and getting back in these mines and back in these factories. And, there's going to be more happiness. And I think that's the argument right now is, do we want positivity and happiness, or are we going to sit there and call this Supreme Court justice nominee, who's the best person that you could find, are we going to call him a Nazi now? Are we going to call him this and a racist next week? And,
right.
I'm tired of it all.
I am too. As a matter of fact, I feel like choking somebody.
I know.
I feel like choking somebody. I do.
But I'd rather be positive though. You know, Wayne, we got to be positive.
That is positive.
Come on, let's get on the team. Mega.
Okay. All right.
No, don't do that, man. Choke them out. Choke them out. Choke them out.
Number 4 expands. Let's see. Well, I read number 4. Number 1 doesn't improve care. Number 2 raises insurance premiums. Number 3 does not repeal Obamacare. Number 4 expands Obamacare. Number 5 creates a new entitlement. Beginning in 2020, the bill creates an entirely new entitlement, advanceable, refundable tax credits, replacing Obamacare's form of subsidized health insurance with another. Number 6, it says fiscal gimmicks. Under the bill, the transition from the Obamacare subsidy regime to the new system of tax credits and a reformed Medicaid program will take place beginning in January 2020. Yeah, I hate when they do that, though.
Hey,
like
are you bored yet?
Years away, years away.
Healthcare, man, does it bore you yet? I'm bored, man. I don't care about healthcare.
Really? Is that?
I'm tired of it.
Is that what's going on?
It's like talking about economics.
Permanent bailout for insurers. Number 7. 8, federally controlled, not patient-centered. 8. 9, perpetuates Medicaid expansion. Number 9. Number 10, inadequate verification. Do what you will with it. And you know what? Through this whole thing, we haven't told anybody what to believe and what to think.
No.
We're just reporting. We're just reporting on it. So, President Trump is for it, and he has got Mitch McConnell and Paul Ryan, which is the leadership of the House and leadership of the Senate, on board. So they're all on board with it. The only people hanging out, or the only people outside, are Rand Paul, and I had
about 50 other senators, about a whole bunch of other senators, not just Rand Paul.
Yeah, I know.
I think what's going to happen here, I think it's going to pass, and I think he brought him up. I think he's playing chess. I think he brought him up to the thing and said, "Hey, just vote for this, man. It's never going to pass in the Senate anyway.
Yeah,
just vote for it, then we'll blame the Democrats when it fails in the Senate, and we'll start all over."
Yeah.
I don't know. It's I still have faith in Trump, man. That's
I
the
do
thing
too.
That's holding me together.
I do too.
Same way with the wiretapping. I think there's no way that dude tweeted this. I think it's going to be an exciting spring.
Let me look. Everybody is listening right now. Again, where am I? This is Trump at 5 o'clock in the morning because he doesn't smoke, he doesn't drink, and he doesn't party. Now that tweet happened early in the morning. Okay, so Trump, somebody gave him the paperwork. He's like, okay, all right, what is this? What in the hell is? Who? How did they know that? What the?
These, but.
Hey, Priebus, get in here. What? You know what? Where's my laptop? Obama wiretapped me. What I'm trying to say is,
back.
What I'm trying to say is, he got some information. There's no way that Donald Trump just at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning.
He reacted like an angry American man should react.
Anybody else, you, me, anybody in our family would have reacted the same way, especially if they were tuned into social media. We would have.
Idiots at the networks, they sat up there and they said, "This man, any normal person would never have done that."
Bull crap. Bull crap.
Anybody who lives in your house, man,
Who is it? Who is it? Robert Acosta got somebody banned off Twitter yesterday, and because somebody said something about him or the way his appearance or his reporting, and he got him banned, suspended off Twitter. So when these media people are like, well, I can't believe I wouldn't have did that. Oh, yes, you would. Yes, you would.
I know.
Yes, you would. I mean, I got old man Clyburn blocked me on Twitter.
Clyburn.
Silas. I call him Silas Clyburn. Half.
Didn't even get a car. Or no, he did get a car.
He got a car. He ain't got no
Probably
job,
got a
though.
Prius. They probably took it back.
He be sitting up there. We're talking about James Clyburn. He be sitting up there in the house. Where Miss Daisy?
He's number 2.5. Steny Hoyer's number 2. He's 2.5.
Where's Stenny?
What a bunch of racists, man.
Stenny, what you want me to do today? James, you just sit in that seat. Okay, yes, sir. I'll just sit in the seat. I ain't got no job. You know,
I'm gonna go take a ride in the car. I'm gonna take a spin in the car.
Wilbur,
I'll be out in the whip.
Wilbur, fetch that car, bring it around. yeah, he's the head. Well, I ain't even gonna say it. I'm not even gonna say it. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been listening to the Wayne Dupree Show here tonight, and we'll be back tomorrow. Again, we have Kaya, who's going to be joining us. She used to sing with the Pussycat Dolls. Kaya Jones. She used to sing with the Pussycat Dolls, and she came out right after Joey did in support of Donald Trump. And she's been taking a whole lot of flack, but she's not stepping back. She's not walking away from her support of Donald Trump. As a matter of fact, she looks like she's getting stronger every day. So I know she has a story to tell us. And she said,
we're going to have to get a video montage of these guests.
Yeah.
It's getting interesting.
Hopefully we'll have her picture up there tomorrow so that y'all can see it. And,
There you go.
Other than that, Hutch, how can people, they haven't even heard the new ending of the show.
Heard it?
No, well,
I got to say this first. SteelCityResistance.blogspot.com. I'm Hutch Bailey Jr. on Facebook. Berg's Eye View on Twitter. Thanks for watching and listening, everyone. Good night.
You fast, man. How can people reach you again?
SteelCityResistance.blogspot.com. I'm Hutch Bailey Jr. on Facebook. Berg's Eye View on Twitter.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Good evening.
There we go. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Wayne Dupree. You can catch me on and don't go anywhere because y'all got to hear the new outro. Don't go anywhere. Y'all have got to hear the new outro. We're not talking about the people on Spreaker. We're talking about the people on RSBN. Now, the intro is going to be done hopefully by tomorrow, but wait until y'all hear this. So, all right. You can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and what is this? And Gab. Just type in Wayne Dupree Show. I now have a Tumblr account. I sure did. Right, so if y'all have Tumblr, you can just type in WD Show for that one. You can type in WD Show. But until tomorrow night, tune in. And again, Kaya Jones will be our guest tomorrow night. She'll be taking your questions too, just like Joy Vila. But God bless y'all, and y'all have a great night.
Hey, great job, Brandon. All the way, 100% tonight. My man.
Thanks for listening to the award-winning Wayne Dupree Show, named one of the top 50 influential black Republicans by Newsmax. Contribute to the program by going to WayneDupree.com and clicking on Donate. Also, support the show and take us on the go by downloading our free app. Just search Wayne Dupree in your app store.
You are fake news.
Sick of fake news? Tune in to the Wayne Dupree Show. Real talk, and you'll always hear it with us. Bring 2 to 3 friends to the show tomorrow night, and let's make America great again together.
God bless America, and no place else.
This has been the Wayne Dupree Show.